Really rough. Look at him prodding at the accelerator. They're all streaming by. Marnie rejoins the race. And it doesn't sound at all happy. Now here are Harvey, Newman and Walker, the three Fords. Still third, fourth, fifth. No change there. Going strongly. But Marnie isn't. He's out of the race. He's pulling off the course. Jerry Marnie stops the BMW M3. His race is run. So Gravett leads. Rouse is second. Here are Harvey, Newman and Walker, third, fourth and fifth. There's quite a gap now between the second and third, but Walker is going for fourth. Sean Walker, the ex-Sports 2000 driver, is attacking Mike Newman's Ford, and he's through at Knickerbrook. And that's about 130 miles an hour. Out goes the board, and Gravett leads. Rouse is second, just 1 second between them. And Andy's got something trailing now. It seems to be catching. Down to Cascades. And the BMWs. Frank Sittner is leading the 2-litre class, but Ian Forrest, Nick Whale and Hugh Chalmers are hammer and tongs at each other for places, trying to catch Mark Hale's Mitsubishi in front. On go its brake lights. Lodge. And Chalmers dives inside. Whale shuts the door, nearly takes the nose off the BMW. And this is Jeff Allen and Tim Sugden battling for second and third places in the 2-litre class. Here they come. Frank Sinner in front of them. Now the rear-wheel drive BMWs have got a weight penalty, but it doesn't seem to be doing them any harm at all. Jeff Allen in second position. Tim Sugden behind him in third place in the 2-litre class. Sugden having a look inside. Allen closes the door. This is a terrific drive by young Tim Sugden, just as it was at Silverstone, and he's gone through. There's Sittner leading the class, second and third, Allen and Sugden. Out of Deer Leap, down into Old Hall Corner. Now the drop down to Cascades. There's Sittner in front. You can see there's not much of a gap between the 2-litre class leader and second and third. Here they are. Now up to Island Bend. This is very, very quick too. The course is drying out all the time. They're on slick tyres. Newman and Bristow. Now Newman's in trouble. Something's come off. Oh, look at the left rear. The same thing has happened to him at Alton Park as happened to him at Silverstone. He has blown the left rear tyre. And that's rotten luck for Mike Newman as his teammate Graham Good goes through. Now here's a replay. Let's see if we can see what happened. Newman's car jinks, something flies up at the back. That's because the tyres exploded in the wheel arch. Look at the debris flying off. Bristow pulls out, Newman tucks in. And look at the back of the Ford Sierra and just look at that tyre. There it is. Off the car, and no wonder Mike Newman had to come in. Absolutely shattered. He's got a new tyre on, he's leaving, but he's lapped. He's down to 22nd place. And here are the two BMWs battling for second in the 2-litre class. In the blue and white one, it's Jeff Allen. He comes from Lee in Surrey. The man who won the TT in 1986. Been driving for 21 years. Terrific drive from young Tim Sugden, comes from Bradford. This is only the second time he has driven for the Works ProDrive BMW team. Comes from kart driving and Formula Ford. And he's taken to touring cars like a duck to water. He's attacking Jeff Allen now. He's trying for second in the 2-litre class with Frank Sittner not all that far in front of them. And he's through. We're looking back now from Tim Sugden's BMW at Jeff Allen's car. There it is on the left. Up to Shell Hairpin. Now you can see what a BMW M3 looks like when it's doing at about 130 miles an hour. Look at those big wide tyres. Through Falstons. Now we're coming up to the fastest part of the course. Nearly 140 miles an hour for these 2-litre cars. That's quite incredible. Up to Knickerbrook. The fast sweeping right-hander before Clay Hill. This is it. And there's Sugden, second in class. Jeff Allen down to third in class.
And that is not a rebuilt John Cleland Cavalier. That is Chris Hodgetts in a second rear-wheel drive Vauxhall Dealer Sport Cavalier. He started from the back and he's being lapped by Rob Gravitt. Rob Gravitt goes through. Now we're with the race leader, Rob Gravitt, coming up to the closing stages of the race, up to Shell Hairpin. There is Andy Rouse. He's still only a second or so behind Rob Gravitt. It's been fast and furious for the whole race, but Andy Rouse cannot get up to Rob Gravitt, let alone get past him. Ray Arms in the pits. Looks as though his Honda Civic has got a problem, and so has Ian Forrest. It's busy in the pits. New tyres for the BMW. Tim Harvey, a lonely third position. He's well behind the leaders, but he's looking good for 12 points for third position, unlike Silverstone, where he failed to finish. Harvey, smooth and stylish as ever, the man who beat Andy Rouse at Macau. And here's Rob Gravitt beating Andy Rouse at Oulton Park. And if Rouse has got anything in reserve, now's the time to produce it, because there's not long to go. That is Frank Sittner. He's just ahead of both the leading Fords. He is leading the 2-litre class, of course, but he's about to be lapped. Now, through to complete the lap. Gravitt leading, Rouse second, into Old Hall. They've both got to get past Frank Sittner. The lead could change here. Down into Cascades. Sittner, Gravitt, Rouse in second place overall. 2 wins behind him. And Rob Gravitt has got 2 wins too. But what's important now is what is going to happen as the 2 Fords come up behind the BMW at Shell Hairpin. There's Gravitt leading the race. Ahead of him, the BMW of Frank Sittner. Behind him, the Ford Sierra of Andy Rouse. And that is it. Here they come. Go through, says Frank Sittner. And they go through. Through Fulstons. Now up to the crest. Foot hard down. Terrific stuff, this. 145 miles an hour, but for Andy Rouse, catching is one thing, getting past is another. He has caught Rob Gravitt. They're up into Druids. Now on the way to Lodge, and in front of them another BMW. Godfrey Hall, he is touring though. He's going to pull over and let them through, I think. Yes, he has. So, Godfrey Hall is passed. Frank Sittner has been lapped. Into Lodge. Through to complete the lap. And Rob Gravitt really needs this win, because his Trackstar team need the money. And this is the last lap, out of Old Hall Corner, down to Cascades. Rob Gravitt is really trying. Whoops, he locks up the left front. Andy Rouse right on his boot lid as they come up to Island Bend. That's John Cleland, still rolling, but almost last now in the Vauxhall, after all his problems. Last lap, last time round Shell Hairpin. Rob Gravitt leads, right behind him Andy Rouse. Marvellous stuff. Rob has done the fastest lap. 1 minute 38.7, 100.9 miles an hour. Through Fulstons, absolutely together. If either of them misses a gear or misses an apex, it could change the complexion of the whole race. There's not much of it left now. This is Knickerbrook. And that is a dispirited and exhausted John Cleland, gloomily watching the remains of the race. There's his Vauxhall Cavalier. Here are the leaders. Coming out of Druids. They're both very much in the race. And Rob Gravitt surely must win it. Down to Lodge for the last time. Into Deer Leap for the last time. I can't see how Andy Rouse can possibly get past him. He is not going to. It's going to be a third win for Rob Gravitt and the Trackstar team. It is a third win. Andy Rouse finishes in second place. And it's been a battle for supremacy every inch of the way. Frank Sittner winning the class and retaining his overall British Championship lead.
Round the last corner, and there is Tim Harvey finishing in 3rd place overall. Frank Sittner retains his championship lead then after, as ever, a super race at Oulton Park.
One of the best of the championship so far, but it completes a hat-trick of wins for Rob Gravitt, who's now taking a real grip on Class A. Andy Rouse tried everything he could in 2nd. A lonely 3rd for Tim Harvey. Sean Walker's having a good season, figuring well in the championship. Lawrence Bristow taking 5th, and a tough battle between Hathaway and Good for 6th. Hathaway coming out in front. But a perplexed Andy Rouse, 2 wins this season, but now Rob Gravitt has 3.
Andy made me work for that really right from the start. I thought I might have been able to pull out after about 10 or 12, lap 10 or 12. No way, he had me on my toes all the time. That was the hardest race I've had for a long time. It's hard work out there.
By contrast, a shell-shocked feeling in the Vauxhall camp. John Cleland claims he's never crashed a race car before, and here he's gone off twice in 3 laps. A couple of rounds before, Vauxhall were mounting a real challenge to the BMWs, and that challenge will surely come again.